Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. I'm going to be talking about some of the big movers like IOTA, Ethereum Classic, EOS, and Cardano. Other than that, as per usual, my normal schedule of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisego, and Lisk. All of those, of course, starting with IOTA. In a more detailed technical analysis on TradingView in just a second. If you haven't purchased cryptocurrencies yet, go check out Coinbase. I have a referral link in the description where you can $10 free when you sign up. And other than that, let me give you an update on what's been going on with some of the altcoins and the general market. So Bitcoin has been moving higher slowly but surely. It faced some trouble at around 9,000, just under $9,800 it seems like. So I am predicting that Bitcoin will see a little bit of a pullback at $10,000. We'll just have to wait and see how much strength there'll be at that time though, but it looks like it may have a little bit of pullback, and there's already a little bit of weakness showing around $9,800. It is a bit early to tell though. For now, it is still moving higher, slowly but surely, like I said. Ethereum moving higher now, going towards $500. Litecoin broke above $90 yesterday. It's currently sitting right under that, but it has broke above $90, so we should see that moving towards $100 soon. It's up 4%, over 4% in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin Gold doing pretty well today. And like I said, some of the big movers here, IOTA up a massive 23% going towards $1. Ethereum Classic up a nice 20%. EOS up 13%. I think they had some positive news here. And Cardano still moving higher towards 5 cents now, up 28%. And I did say that I did think that it was going to move towards 5 cents, so we'll have to see how it's acting now. But moving down the list, Stellar Lumens is doing pretty well also. Other than that, some of the coins out here are continuing their increase, like Komodo now above $3. Power Ledger moving lower still and pulling back. Vertcoin up slightly. So, not that much going on with some of the other coins out there, just kind of continuing their normal move, right? Zcoin is moving higher still, up a nice 7% here in the past 24 hours. So yeah, we're going to get right into the technical analysis now, and let's get started with IOTA. So like I said, up about 20%, and I actually really like how IOTA has been acting. So what happened is, it seems like it failed to break above $1 a couple days ago, and that created a pretty quick sell-off here. We bounced off the 75 mark, which was the resistance level that I put in. Well, actually, we really bounced off the middle band, right? But we quickly moved above that. And now the middle band, is really acting as support, moving higher. So that's good. What I really like about this move is, we broke above the 75-cent mark. We failed the $1 test. And what's good is that, it's very healthy to come back and retest, the big breakout areas. So we came back and tested $75, and now we're kind of ready to move higher, right? We put in a nice U-shaped bounce. And we do have to see that we're currently facing some resistance right over here at, well, basically $1, right? Just below that. So that's obviously a bit of a hard level to break through, but I think IOTA will manage to do so. Right now, though, it's still testing that level. And what I like about this move here is we see a very nice bounce on the MACD, right? Bounced off the orange line, avoided going negative on the histogram, and now back in the positive area, right? And the RSI is back above the 70 line. So this is pretty much, at least for me, the perfect type of pullback before I move higher, right? I think we'll be able to break above $1 now after, a second time trying. And we're really going to be able to, at least put in a high over here at this $1.10 area, which corresponds to this high over here. So yeah, I think we will be moving above $1 now for IOTA, and definitely a great move. Still has a lot of strength, like I said, a little bit of a pullback, which might have scared some people off, but overall that was a very clean move for IOTA. Now moving over to the next big mover over here is Ethereum Classic, yet another cryptocurrency that has been doing well here in the past couple weeks and is still holding its own. So let's go and see what's been going on with that. And let me just zoom out just a tad here so you get a better idea of what's been going on. I had drawn this support line over here, which now, we're way above that. But more importantly, the downtrend line, we broke out of that. And now we're looking very good, right? We see a lot of green candlesticks moving higher, higher highs, higher lows. A lot of good volume here. And really bouncing back up on the RSI histogram, moving still higher on the RSI. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit more now so you get a better idea of what's going on. But basically, it looks like we're facing some resistance right over here near this high, our previous all-time high, basically. So let's see, that is at, let me just put in this horizontal line, and that's at $25.60, right? So we're currently trading a bit under that. We did manage to put in a new all-time high though today, so that's obviously a good sign. We weren't able to hold that level just yet, so maybe we might have a little bit of a pullback, and then we'll come and really break through that fully and manage to hold above that. But for now, it seems pretty certain to me that we are gonna move much higher now and really break above that $25.68 level. So that should be the new support pretty soon. Obviously, for now, it's gonna act as resistance. And yeah, like I said, moving up nicely on the MACD, put in a nice pullback here at this middle band, so that was able to really push it higher. Now, what you do have to realize is we are trading pretty high up on the Bollinger Bands, right? We're currently above the upper Bollinger Band, and based on previous, experience with Ethereum Classic, you can see that it doesn't manage to hold that too well, right? Over here, we were trading above, fell back down pretty hard. Same thing over here. So, can we move higher and keep on trading above the upper Bollinger Band? Of course, but don't be surprised if we do see a little bit of a pullback here. It's only healthy at this point, and it would really help for a clean break above that $25 mark. If we were to see a pullback, where would that be? Maybe somewhere around here near maybe 22 cents, or even a bit higher over here near 23 cents. It really depends on how big of a pullback it wants to put in, right? It could also move down near 20 cents again, but I do feel like a little bit of a pullback is probably best here before moving higher just yet for Ethereum Classic. But overall, it's moving very nicely, and it should really be in a new level, right, once it's above its all-time highs fully. And yeah, I think it's going to be making higher highs here moving forward. So I am bullish definitely on Ethereum Classic. Now moving over to EOS. Let's see what's been going on with that one. So EOS is broke above this $2.40 resistance level. Was able to get a pretty clean break above that, and actually yesterday we were already started to break above that, but today we really bounced off it. And really what's been going on here is higher highs, higher lows, really nice uptrend right now. Now it is also getting a little bit overextended, but it is in full breakout mode. Pretty high up on the RSI here, almost at 90, so that is something to pay attention to. Otherwise, MACD is still looking pretty good, histogram as well. We do have decreasing volume though, so that's usually a sign that we may see a little bit of a pullback. At this point, what do I see happening? We're either going to be able to go all the way up and test $3.32, which is this resistance line right up here, or we're going to get a pullback, come back and test this $2.40, and then move back higher towards that $3.30 resistance line. So I think it's going to be either one of those two things. Right now we are trading above the upper Bollinger Band, so yeah, it really depends at this point. It's a little bit early to tell, but either way, I think that EOS is moving higher, and it's moving as I thought it would, right? If you saw my one of my previous daily crypto updates not long ago on EOS. Let's go over to Cardano now on CoinMarketCap because it's not on TradingView. So let's see, Cardano here, basically putting in new all-time highs, and very massive, just a huge breakout here. So as you can see, our previous all-time high was over here at 0.037. We're now much higher, right, trading all the way up to 0.049, and basically right under 5 cents. So it looks like we did actually put in a high over here of a 0.057, fell back down from that. It looks like the 0.05, basically the 5 cent mark, is going to be the new level for Cardano. So hopefully it will be able to hold above that, but it does look like it'll probably consolidate a little bit around that area, right? And yeah, that's what it looks like based on the fact that we fell a bit lower. So obviously I don't have a more detailed chart here for Cardano because it's not on TradingView, like I said, but I think that it should be around $5 now, and yeah, kind of move higher from there slowly but surely, but maybe a little bit of consolidation in the short term. Overall though, it's really nice to see a large market cap cryptocurrency like Cardano really, kind of getting some more attention and making a name for itself here, because it was kind of stagnant and, didn't have that much of a brand name, but it seems to be gaining some popularity pretty quickly. So that's definitely a good sign for Cardano. Other than that, let's get right into our normal schedule here, starting off with Bitcoin. So let's see, Bitcoin, over here on Bitstamp is making a higher high, higher low, still moving up on the MACD, obviously. Now we do have this looming downtrend line over here on the RSI. Well, you're going to have to pay attention to that, so you know how that's going to affect the price and everything. It depends how you want to draw this downtrend line. You know, you could draw it in different ways if you want it to be more strict or not, but for now we still haven't really tested it just yet, so we'll have to see how it acts around that. Now the problem C is like I said in my big drop for Bitcoin, you know, my prediction based on when we hit $10,000, you can see that we have this previous uptrend line right now that's going to act as resistance, right? There's obviously going to be sell orders at $10,000, and added with that, there's going to be this previous uptrend line, which is going to be some pretty harsh resistance to break through, right? That's a very sharp line to be able to break through just yet. So that's kind of why I feel like we will get a little bit of a sell-off in that area, and maybe, you know, fall back down towards 8,300 because we haven't tested at that at all yet, right? We've just been moving higher, which is usually, you know, a bad sign, if you will. It just means that we probably will have to come back and, you know, put in a low over here just to make sure that we can move back up higher in a more healthy way, right? But for now, it's still moving higher. You know, the volume is holding, so you can't be too bearish on it or anything. You know, I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. I feel like some people get the wrong idea that I'm bearish on Bitcoin just because I think that there's going to be a pullback at $10,000. That's not the case at all, right? It's just that I'm a trader, and I just try to give you my opinion on these type of things. Personally, I'm holding my Bitcoin through any kind of drop. You know, I'm not trading it actively. So, yeah, no, I definitely do believe in Bitcoin long term. Now, moving over to Ethereum, we can see that it's been a little bit, you know, shaky the past couple days. Just a lot of consolidation, basically, which is fine. And it's consolidating at a pretty high level, which I would prefer if it just came back and, you know, tested this $429 area. But obviously, since there's a lot of strength in the market, and didn't do that just yet. Now, what you have to realize is we put in this flat candlestick, right? This doji candlestick, and usually when we do that and we're, you know, kind of moving higher, that usually means that we're going to see a little bit of reversal. So we could still, you know, move back lower towards $450, maybe even $430. It really depends. You know, we are very overextended, and it looks like we might start to hook back on the MACD. We're tapering off already a little bit on the histogram. RSI is still looking good though. So, you know, at this point we're either going to consolidate a little bit more, or we're just going to get a pullback. With that being said though, we did put in a higher high and higher low. So it could go either ways here for Ethereum really, but I would like to see a pullback at least. Not to buy it or anything. I just think that it would just be healthier price action for Ethereum right now. But it's still holding its own really. And going over to Litecoin. Now, Litecoin, unfortunately, we have a little bit of a upper wick over here, which meant that it wasn't able to hold these higher price levels just yet, right? It put in a high of 93.89, sold back down under $90 from there. And, you know, we are right above this resistance level over here at a, you know, it looks like 89.29. So that's a good sign, and hopefully we can hold above that. Now, as far as the indicators go, you know, we're still above the 70 mark on the RSI, MACD uptrending, histogram uptrending. So, you know, it looks like it's going to have to take a little bit of a breather based on this sell-off over here, but hopefully as long as we hold above this $89 mark, there's really nothing to worry about. You know, even if we were to pull back by any chance, back down towards $83, that's fine as well, right? We also have this uptrend line right over here that I should now extend. So that's going to be the main uptrend line to pay attention to moving forward. And yeah, it might take a couple more days before it reaches that $100 mark. But overall, I think that it should be coming pretty quickly here. And, you know, prices just gravitate towards those big numbers. So I think that this time we'll really be able to break through it. Now, moving over to Ripple. Let's see what's been going on with that. And it looks like a little bit of a flat candlestick today, up about 1%, still consolidating a lot here. So I do expect that to continue for now. It is moving pretty nicely, you know, toward a bit higher in the 60 area on the RSI. MACD not really doing much, maybe starting to round up a little bit, which isn't the best sign. And, you know, at this point for Ripple, I just think that we're going to see more consolidation really around this $24 area. And we'll just have to wait and see when it breaks that $25 mark. That'll be, you know, the true moment where it should move towards 30 cents at that point. But for now, more consolidation for Ripple, in my opinion. And let's go over to NEO. So let's see what's been going on with that. NEO actually doing pretty good today, up a nice 3%, putting in higher highs, higher lows, and we have a little bit of a short-term uptrend, which I'll go ahead and put in now. So we could draw multiple here. We could draw this one over here, or we could draw a sharper one, which might be a bit more practical for how the price is moving right now, which would be sort of this uptrend line right around here. And this is obviously a very sharp uptrend line to hold. It's pretty steep, right? But I definitely think we can hold that in the short term. And we got a little bit of a U-shaped bounce over here. I think that we'll see it move above $40 now very quickly. And yeah, really come back and see how it acts around that $43 marks. Hopefully we can break above that. If we do, right, we'll be able to really start skyrocketing towards that all-time high again. So that's definitely going to be a big area to pay attention to. But for now, we still haven't managed to really break and hold above that $43 area. We did bounce nicely on the MACD, so that's very good that it didn't go and flip back over right below the orange line. We're still positive on the histogram, and we are uptrending on the RSI, so I actually like how NEO has been acting, right? It obviously had to get a bit of a pullback after, putting in its high over here of 49.56, but it is bouncing nicely, so I'm not really worried about NEO right now, and a lot of people do like NEO. I think that it'll definitely be able to put in an all-time high here, maybe within the next month or so. Now going over to, let's see what's up next on the list. I believe it's Vertcoin. Yes, Vertcoin. So let's go over and see what's been going on with Vertcoin. And a little bit of a pullback today. Flat candlestick pretty much, down about 1%. Now we did move around a lot, right? We moved as high as $5.81 and as low as $4.91. So we did bounce around quite a bit. We are trading above the upper Bollinger Band, which isn't really a great sign right now for I mean, it's not a bad sign. I just don't think that it's a level that'll hold as of right now. On the positive, though, we are back above the orange line on the MACD. That's obviously a good thing, right? And I think that now we're in a much better path than our consolidation over here. So we are moving higher nonetheless. And it just looks like it wants to consolidate a little bit between this $4.85 area and $6 area, which is completely fine. We're pulling back just a little bit on the RSI, so we'll see. Will it be able to get some more strength and break above the 70 line? That's entirely possible. For now, though, I kind of expect it to trade between that $6 mark and that $4.85 mark. And yeah, pretty soon though we should see it, getting some more strength and really moving towards the all-time high again, I think. So I'm definitely not bearish on Vertcoin moving forward. And next up on the list we have good old Monero. So let's see what's been going on. It looks like Monero actually doing pretty well today, up over 2.5%. Still looking good on the MACD, maybe starting to turn over just a little bit. We are moving lower on the histogram, and a little bit of a short-term downtrend going on here for the MACD. Actually, we'll put that in here. So we broke out of this uptrend line right over here. Let's see, right over here, and we are now, experiencing a little bit of a downtrend on the histogram. So that's just something to be aware of. And still a little bit of consolidation here for Monero. It's trying to break above this $1.67 area, $1.68. That's the resistance level that we're currently we haven't really managed to hold above just yet. Now we are getting a full body candlestick test of that, so it's definitely possible that within the next day or two we're able to really break above and hold above that level and finally have it as support now, which I do think will happen ultimately. It is possible that we will need to move all the way near this. I mean, it's not that far away, but it may take a couple days. We may have to move towards this uptrend line right over here, right, and consolidate until then before we can really get the support off that to move higher, right? So that's definitely one of the possibilities here for Monero. But overall, it's still holding that uptrend line, and that's what matters, right? So let's see what's been going on with Omisego. Looks like Omisego is actually doing pretty well today, up a nice 6%, a little bit over that even. And now we can really start to see, the U-shaped bounce over here on the Bollinger Bands, especially, right? So we were downtrending, we flattened out for a bit, and now we're already moving back up pretty sharply. So we actually managed to break above this previous uptrend line on the RSI, which is now acting as support. It was previously resistance. So that kind of corresponds to what's been going on with the price. We're still not above this uptrend line over here. But ultimately, I think that this RSI move does kind of indicate that we will be able to break above this uptrend line that's currently acting as resistance, right? This is the previous uptrend line, and we have our current one, which is support. Now, with the middle band moving back up, the brown line and the Bollinger Bands, I really think that we should be able to see a test of this $9.83 area and probably even break above that very shortly here. Really get into this upper range near $10 soon, so that'll definitely be, much better position for OmiseGO, and it looks like we do have, now really a bit of an uptrend in the making, where we're definitely out of this downtrend that we had going on for a while. Let me just put that in just so you get a better idea. So that was, basically this downtrend over here. We're now fully out of that, and we're really starting to uptrend again, which is obviously a very good sign. We'll just have some pretty harsh resistance at this, previous uptrend line. So we'll see if we'll be able to break above that, but we should be able to move, higher, like I said, pretty quickly now. And moving over to our final cryptocurrency of this daily crypto update, that's going to be Lisk. Now, Lisk actually getting a nice bounce today, up over 6% and moving back above the uptrend line, which is a very good sign. We're still looking pretty bad, unfortunately, on the MACD. Haven't really bounced just on that just yet. What can happen with this type of move is we really start to bounce much higher shortly, and that really flips the MACD back over above the orange line. We do have a lot of room to move up based on where the upper Bollinger Band is, so that's good. We could definitely see a bit of a spike here, I think, and it looks like we put in a little bit of a support here on the RSI. So yeah, I really like the fact that it managed to get, for one, above the middle band right over here. That's currently sitting at $7.65, right? That's the brown line, and above the uptrend line over here, right? So we have a pretty nice range until some resistance over here near $9.80. I think we're going to be moving back up higher pretty quickly here, and really putting in a little bit of a bottom now. So that's definitely a good sign. It was good to consolidate a little bit. I think it's ready to move higher now. And with that being said, this is the end of the daily crypto update. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.